Cindy's taking her motorcycle test today. So she's practicing before the test. Let's see. Not bad. She's using my bike today though, which is a bit heavier than the one she's used to riding, but I think she should be fine. As long as she doesn't get too nervous, which might be a challenge. Cindy's inside taking a class. I guess they're reviewing the theory of the motorcycle test. I took my motorcycle test, 7, 8 years ago, and at that time we didn't really have like a prep class for the exam. To prepare for the theory, you'd buy like a little booklet with all the questions and you try to remember the answers. I think there were some apps that you could also use to practice the questions, but I think in recent years the test got more difficult. Maybe that's because of in Taiwan there's a big problem with traffic accidents.
直接就撞了上去，其实喷飞就像保龄球一样。
The roads are pretty nice, but there are so many reckless people on the road.
警方初判就是轿车违规转弯才会酿成意外。
Riding your motorcycle in Taiwan can sometimes be a very spiritual experience because you don't know if you get hit. It's not as bad as other places. I've seen videos of like the traffic in India or places like that. It's not that bad, but there are a lot of people on the road who maybe they don't know the rules of the road, or they just think that because they are in cars, they rule the road and everybody else should give way to them. I'm talking about those Mercedes and BMW drivers. Especially. I'm guessing that it's because of all the traffic accidents that keep happening that the government decided to make the test a bit harder. So Cindy's inside the test facility now. She told me that she'd have like a 2-hour class before the actual test. I think she should pass. The theory is pretty common sense actually. I'm more worried about her practical test, the actual road test, for a couple reasons. The first reason is Cindy can be quite an excitable person. She can get nervous very quickly for little things, and this can actually mess you up on the test or on the road driving. I actually failed my first driving test, the practical one, because of that. Like, there's this section in the test where you have to ride your motorcycle down a very narrow path. You have to maintain your balance and you have to cross it in no less than 7 seconds. I took it so seriously that it took me 11 seconds just to get halfway past the mark, and then I heard my friend say, go, 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 and I got nervous and I kind of sped up, and then I touched the line at the last minute and I failed it. So I mean, it was kind of a bummer to fail the driving test because of something so stupid like getting nervous. But actually, it's important because when you're on the road, you're gonna get nervous. People are gonna like ride really close to you. They're gonna fly past you very fast, and if you're geared or nervous very quickly, you could get into trouble very, very quickly. When you're on the road, you have to practice being calm and you have to be alert and stuff. So I think that's Cindy's biggest challenge right now. She should be fine with the theory. I'm just more worried that she gets nervous. That she gets nervous on the road, not on in the test. But if she fails, it's not a big deal. We'll just do it again. I mean, I failed before too, so it's not a big deal. I think that's also, that's on her mind. Like, oh man, what if I fail? Does that mean I suck? Or, sometimes you just have to try. You just do what you have to do. If you fail, you just try again. You shouldn't let it stress you out. The other challenge for Cindy would be the weight of my motorcycle. She has been practicing on her parents' motorcycle, which is like 100cc. It's a bit smaller, a bit lighter than mine. So she's kind of used to that weight. She has been practicing with my scooter for a while, but my scooter is a bit bigger, it's much heftier, and I'm a little bit worried that she's not used to the weight yet. But again, I think she should be fine. It's just not getting nervous. Now we'll see. I was reviewing some of the footage and I just realized how frizzy my hair is. Curly hair problems. Drop a like if you can relate. Gonna go inside to wait for Cindy, because I don't really know when she's gonna come out from the test. So if she doesn't see me when she's finished, she'll probably start freaking out. So it's best I go inside for now. Yeah, Cindy passed her written test. Now she's just practicing for the road test. I think she can practice for however long she wants. But once she submits her papers, it will be time for her to do her road test. So I think it's a good idea to give her more chances to practice. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9，差不多了。Okay, what happened was Cindy was actually doing really well on the practical driving test, and I'm really proud of her. But there's this one part in the driving test where you have to stop in front of the railroad crossing, and you have to wait for the lights to stop, blinking before you can cross. And there's this box that you're supposed to drive into and wait for the lights to stop blinking. But in the box, it's written railroad, right? 铁路 in Chinese. So what I think happened was she saw railroad written in the box and she probably thought, okay, that's the railroad tracks. Of course, nobody stops on the railroad tracks, so she's gonna stop in front of it. She stops in front of the box and rests her 2 feet on the ground. Once that happened, the instructor yelled at her minus 16 points. And when that happened, she started to freak out because some guy is yelling at her and she doesn't know why. She thought that she was supposed to stop there, but she wasn't. She was supposed to go on the box. And because I saw her freaking out and she didn't know why they were telling her that she was deducted points, I don't know, my instincts kicked in. I just yelled, in the box. And once I did that, the instructors didn't like that at all. They glared at me and started shouting at me, oh, you can't cheat in the test. And I was like, oh. For that one split second, I forgot that we were in an exam. And she still didn't know what happened. And then the instructor started yelling at her, continue the test. And she drove up onto the box. The lights came on. She waited for the lights to go and then she went off. After that, the instructors came to her and say, oh, because your boyfriend cheated for you, we'll have to fail you. I said, oh. It's my fault, my bad, but it was already too late. I couldn't take it back. Because originally they deducted 16 points from her score. I don't know if they would have still failed her because she didn't understand why she was wrong, but me telling her to stop in the box didn't help her. And the most ironic thing is, after the test, Cindy told me that she didn't even hear what I said. She had no idea that I even said anything. That's how it is. I don't blame the guys at all. They were doing their jobs, and they were actually kind of nice because after the tests, they told my wife, look, I'm really sorry, but these are the rules, and your boyfriend said something, and we consider that cheating, so it's a fail. Come back next time. It's all on me. That one's all on me. And I've been in apology mode all day. She's not here right now, so I decided to take this opportunity to film. But if there's a silver lining to this experience, it would be this. After the test, Cindy also said that she didn't feel 100% confident with her performance. She almost went over the line a couple times, and she was struggling with my scooter. So if Cindy had passed her exam and had gotten her license, actually, I think I would still be worrying about her every day because I would know that she's not yet comfortable enough with the scooter, and she'll probably still get very nervous on the road, which can be very bad. And I much prefer for her to be on the road when she feels comfortable with her scooter. Until then, I guess I'll just continue being her chauffeur. Guess who got her license?